A report meant for accountability has ignited a political firestorm, and the fallout is far bigger than one person's pride. When Democratic Alliance MP Toby Chance Kohler Barnard says, Mkhwanazi took it personally when I reported him, she's pointing to a moment where South African politics stopped being procedural and started feeling personal. What happens when oversight is mistaken for attack and power turns emotional? Stay with us, subscribe right now, and watch till the end, because what starts as a complaint quickly becomes a mirror of how fragile political trust really is. Now here's the twist. Kohler Barnard didn't report Mkhwanazi as a stunt or a smear. She reported him through formal parliamentary and legal channels, the very systems designed to protect democracy. But instead of quiet investigation, the response exploded into public tension, political theater, and accusations of vendettas. In this video, we unpack what really happened, why Mkhwanazi reacted the way he did, and how one report triggered a chain reaction far beyond the original issue. The most surprising part. It's not about guilt or innocence, it's about power, perception, and pressure. So pause for a second and think. If a politician is reported in the line of duty, should they see it as accountability or betrayal? South African politics lives in that gray space where loyalty often competes with law. Kohler Barnard's statement forces a deeper question. Are our leaders trained to respect institutions, or do they treat criticism as personal warfare? As we go deeper, you'll see how one sentence quietly exposes the emotional architecture behind political authority. Picture this. A parliamentary report lands on your desk, routine on paper, explosive in reality. Kohler Barnard files her complaint expecting process, not drama, but suddenly the narrative shifts. Instead of focusing on the substance of the report, attention drifts toward tone, intent, and personal motive. Mkhwanazi, instead of staying distant, appears to internalize the action. Politics, which should operate like a machine, begins to move like a heartbeat, reactive, defensive, and human. And once emotion enters governance, the entire system starts behaving differently. Behind every political clash is a story of ego, influence, and survival. Kohler Barnard's claim suggests Mkhwanazi didn't interpret the report as institutional duty, but as a personal strike. That perception matters. In South Africa's fragile political ecosystem, leaders often equate criticism with character assassination. Instead of separating office from identity, they merge the two. When that happens, investigations stop being procedural and start becoming battles for reputation, control, and public sympathy. What makes this situation even more delicate is the timing. South Africa is already navigating coalition uncertainty, voter fatigue, and declining trust in institutions. A simple report becomes symbolic. Kohler Barnard's words travel faster than legal documents ever could, shaping opinion before facts are even weighed. Mkhwanazi's reaction then feeds that cycle, turning accountability into confrontation. In politics, perception is sometimes louder than proof, and this story shows exactly how fast that transformation can happen. If you're still watching, subscribe now and stay with us to the end, because the real issue here isn't just Kohler Barnard versus Mkhwanazi. It's what their clash reveals about leadership under pressure. Every democracy depends on officials who can absorb scrutiny without collapsing into defensiveness. As this case unfolds, we're not just watching a dispute, we're watching how South African politics negotiates the line between duty and emotion. And finally, remember this. Stories like these aren't just headlines, they're warnings about how power responds to challenge. Kohler Barnard's statement opened a door into the psychology of political authority and what happens when oversight feels personal. If you want more deep, sharp breakdowns like this, subscribe, stay engaged, and